I found it very interesting that some of the well-known white churches were in agreement with the community at that time, and rather than trying to calm the fears of whites and blacks, they were really motivating the individuals and their members to develop a more negative atmosphere and work with, I guess, the red shirts. I found one minister in a very prominent church here who had a rifle and who spoke on the cause of 1898 of the violence during that time. I also found these were wealthy white churches, and the churches that one would expect, I would have expected them to certainly try to calm the fears during a period of unrest. I would have expected from the spiritual aspect of these individuals who were leaders in these churches to tell the individuals what the Christian way, or the spiritual way, would have been during that time. And I found the leaders of the black churches making a very special effort to do this. I found the leaders of the black churches, the Reverend Dr. J. Allen Kirk, who made a very special effort to respond to the community. And of course, he and the minister at St. Stephen's Church at that time were both run out of town. I realized that Alex Manley's printing press was in the lot next to St. Luke AME Church. And I don't recall the minister of that particular church at that time. But it grieves me, and one has to look at it in a philosophical way, I guess. Because I would just think maybe that was the signs of the time. Because even at one time, the religious sector of the community condoned slavery.
I'm standing before this marvelous and historic mural, which was commissioned by the Reverend Dr. Dennis Proctor, the pastor of the St. Luke AME Zion Church in 1989. He's now a bishop in the AME Zion Church, just elected in 2008 this year. And one of the things that he did was Mr. Grisette laid out an ongoing story, a story of not only the members of St. Luke and the AME Zion Church, but of African peoples throughout history. It's a wonderful find. When I showed up here several years ago, I found it to be such a powerful piece. This story depicts ancient civilizations in Africa, Egyptian civilizations, even with markers from kingdoms and civilizations to now being in the bonds of slavery as Africans put it on board, just the slave master with the slave master's whip, enchained, and now in the shadowy past, persons, Africans who were held on ships. The detail is marvelous on each one, from the muscles in the back, from every detail he did that. To now arriving to the shores of America, coming off of slave ships, but with a determined look on every face has a determined look, all the way to the point in which the slave master has them working in the fields, baling hay, to all the challenges that they faced, from lynching and the KKK, to the civil rights movement, to working and serving in the military, to now making their rise in the rest of society, even to the height of society through engineering, education, and science in the United States.
So I guess I couldn't expect anything different from the kind of talk that must have gone on during 1898 in the predominantly white churches. I'm sorry about that, but today I have found that there are many churches here now who are reaching out, the ministers are reaching out, and some church, black and white churches, are making a special effort to worship together. So there are no races as such except the human race. I'm happy to say that in the book entitled Moving Forward Together, many, many churches contributed to this cause. Many, many pastors are found in there with the names of their churches. And I would like to think that things in 2008 are far different than they were in 18.